AMBERLEIGH WOOLF and James Paul last updated 1645, October 1, 2017. Snapper has received complaints from some cardholders that dairies are making them buy other goods when topping up their ticketless travel cards. Some Snapper cardholders are getting a fishy deal from dairies who demand a second purchase with their top-up. Snapper, whose electronic travel cards are used on Wellington buses, says it has received dozens of complaints in the past year about stores insisting customers buy a second item. But a Newtown dairy and a customer both say Snapper might not be giving its more than 200 retailers a fair deal either. Visana Traders owners Anthony Thomas and Subathini Anthony, of Newtown, Wellington, say they offer Snapper as a service to their customers and don't ask for additional purchases with top-ups. But Thomas said there was no profit for dairies in the service, and Snapper ought to be offering more. Snapper Chief Financial Officer Mike Perry said it was part of the company's terms and conditions that cardholders did not have to buy anything else when shopping for a top-up. Read more. Greater Wellington Regional Council forced to rethink scrapping of bus passes. Snapper card faces uncertain future as NZTA pushes to have Auckland's hop card in Wellington. Any retailer demanding that customers do so is in breach, he said. If anyone is being asked to buy anything to top up their Snapper card, then we want to hear from them. Selling Snapper had not increased the sale of store goods, Thomas and Anthony said. We thought customers would be coming in and buying something else, but nobody does. One dairy has been banned from selling Snapper for repeatedly breaching terms and conditions. Complaints were passed immediately to Activata, Snapper's retail partner, Perry said. Activata would then check retailers to make sure they understood the system and remind them of the conditions. Over the last 12 months, Snapper has received 40 complaints from customers related to a small number of retailers who have asked for other items to be purchased alongside top-ups. As a result, one of these retailers has been subsequently removed from the network for repeated breaches of the terms and conditions. For topping up at a retailer, Snapper cardholders are charged a 25c fee, which was mostly paid to Activata. Snapper did not get any of the 25c, Perry said. It was working on new technology to improve the system. Visana Traders co-owner Anthony Thomas, who trades from Riddyford Street in Newtown, Wellington, said the store got only 17c from each transaction, regardless of the top-up amount. Snapper need to do something to make it better for dairy owners. Co-owner Subathini Anthony said customers had complained about other dairies charging an extra 50c on their top-ups. In their experience, selling Snapper had not increased the sale of store goods. Most people come in and just want Snapper, she said. We thought customers would be coming in and buying something else, but nobody does. They signed up to a 3-year contract with Snapper 6 months ago. More than 10 customers per day were asking for Snapper top-ups, and they had been turning some of them away. Thomas said Snapper charged them about $30 a week for rent of some equipment, which would differ for each retailer. Snapper set a target for the dairy to sell, but they didn't always meet that target. Rental fees for equipment went up or down, depending on whether they met the target. Perry said Snapper's partnership with Activata meant less retailer investment in hardware terminals. The virtual nature of the product as a top-up meant retailers did not have to pay in advance to buy stock or store it. If retailers did not feel they were getting a fair deal by selling top-ups, Snapper wanted to know, he said. We want everyone to be happy. Snapper user Marusa Sagadan said she noticed dairies in Newtown asked customers to make an additional purchase of $1 or $2 with each top-up, with some requiring a minimum of $20 for the Snapper top-up itself. She called Snapper to check whether that was allowed and posted her findings online. She then received a flood of reports about dairies using the same practice. However, she said it was not the dairy owner's fault. There's a reason that they're doing this, and it's because Snapper aren't paying them enough. Cardholders' other options were to top up at Snapper kiosks in the city, on Snapper's $25 flash drive, or with an app that worked only on some Android devices, she said. Having to go to dairies and pay extra for a service that is already overpriced is not fair. Stuff.